Hey everyone, this is Hope Yoder, and I am so excited. Got a free update for Embellish Maker. Yay! There are several new features like our enhanced auto digitizing wizard and new a one click and done auto rick rack. And now I want to show you we've added more shapes to our emboss tool. So if you haven't already seen the videos of the things I've just mentioned, hop on to your RNK Software Club to find it, the welcome screen. Every time this opens, visit RNK Software Club. You're going to find new videos there. All right, so to create a embossed towel, you're going to come under the tab Create. And here we have the Emboss Designer. You're going to click once to open it, and then you have everything at your disposal. So if this is new to you, we've added some new shapes, and right as I'm making this video we have 39 shapes. So let's see, I don't remember where they ended because I keep adding shapes. I think that we scallop is new, cloud is new, just to show you. I think we ended here. You had the rounded, and so now is the cloud, scallop, tree. All right, that is like a superhero splat pow. And then here's another superhero shield and starburst. Love that. And book. And I don't know why they named it book. That is a superhero shield, y'all. And then we have a shield here. So let's just create this and to show you what this is all about. And border type would be the stitching that runs on the outside of the shape and around each letter. I always like to choose satin. Now I can work in inches or metric, and we'll just keep this as is. I can view it in 3D, but that's not going to really show you anything that's going to be super impressive. So let's come over to our text. And let's just put in the word shield. And let me spell it right. Actually, let's put in cops, like cops and robber. To me, this looks like a police shield. Now, we can use any type of font we want, but I want to talk about fonts for a minute. This would not be a good font because an embossed towel is where the thread stitches over the nap of a nice towel, and it holds the towel terry toweling down. And anywhere where you see white is where there's no thread, no stitching, and the towel pokes through. Well, that font, while it's cute, it's way too skinny. So I'm going to create something big and bold like Applique 2. Now you guys can use True Type font, and if you want to do that, put a check mark and TTF. All right, let's come on down, emboss options. Now, typically, I want to have the text be really big and really bold, so big and so bold that it gets closer to the outline. But I don't want it to touch the outline, so I'm just going to keep going and going and going. Now you could put a number in, but let's just see what that looks like. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now you can see there's more towel that's going to poke through the text, cops. Now, pattern, I have two options. You don't really see a huge difference when you're finished stitching your towel, but check out, that is the crosshatch on a diagonal or the crosshatch straight up and down. So pick what you would like. Now we also have some other options. So curve is just what it sounds like, curve line, and then you have wave, which is more than one curve in the line, or you have the straight line. Now this feature I really like. This is add an outline. So we're going to check that. Now once I have everything the way I want it, I am going to select OK. And that brings it into this screen. Now let me just show you how this is going to stitch out. And it is going to stitch around the shield, and when I'm done you can see that satin stitch there, and then it's going to come over and it's going to stitch the outline. Well, let me get this out of here and let's come into this outline. So for the outline, that's the satin stitch, but I could change that satin stitch if I wanted to, and I could come under the properties, and it's a 0.6. So if I wanted to change it to 1 millimeter, apply is at the front, is at the top. Isn't that amazing? Let's change this to a 4 millimeter. And so you can just really see the difference. Now I probably wouldn't stitch that, but 2 millimeter I would. Now here's what I love about this line. Let me select off of here and let's get this second line. Now this is the outer line and it is a run stitch, so I can select a double run or a motif, but instead I'm going to travel over to my Convert tab, and with this line selected, now I can convert it into a satin stitch, and for that satin stitch I'm going to want it to be 4 millimeters. Perfect. Now, and let's just change that satin stitch to a different color. So if I want that to be a different color, I can change it to something different. Now here's a little bit about stabilizing. So if I'm going to stabilize on an embossed towel, here's what you want to do. For all of this center type, you're going to want to use our dissolvable tearaway. It is half water soluble and half bold tearaway. You're going to baste your towel in the hoop because you don't want to hoop a towel. It's too thick and you may crush the fibers. So dissolvable tearaway is hooped only. You're going to use your automatic baste feature, and then you're going to lay down our Embellish Rinse Away Clear Mesh Topper. You need a spacer in between there so that the thread doesn't sink all the way into the fibers. So the correct one would be to use the Embellish Rinse Away Clear Topper. Now, before you stitch this satin stitch, your machine's going to stop so you can change your thread, and you're going to tear off all of the clear rinse away topper, and you're going to lay down our Embellish Iron Away Clear Topper before you stitch the satin stitch portion only. You can't use the Iron Away topper underneath this section, the blue section, because you'll never be able to iron it away. Ask me how I know. Been there, done that. And I always had to shine behind my stitches because this software is so amazing, you guys, that it traps down the toweling and the Iron Away Clear Topper, and I can't ever get it out. That's why I'm going to use the Rinse Away Topper here and the Iron Away Topper only underneath the satin stitches. That way, when I wash the towel, here's what happens. The Rinse Away Water Salt Clear Topper goes away. The dissolvable tearaway stabilizer on the back, half of it rinses away, and only the part trapped underneath the thread stays, which is amazing because that washcloth or that towel is going to be soft and usable. And then the satin stitch, where we have the Iron Away Clear Topper, is going to stay, and the fibers will never poke through the towel. So you guys, that is the new shapes added to our Emboss Designer feature, which you will find under the Create tab.